Nnamdi Kanu receives bad news in prison as court takes unexpected decision on his case. Nnamdi Kanu receives bad news in prison as court takes unexpected decision on his case. So my dear listeners, now we've come. Please kindly stay tuned as I read today's news. In a significant development in the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nigerian's Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Tehemba Ichoho, has rejected Kanu's plea to have Justice Bintal Unyako recused from his case. Justice Ichoho has, instead, returned the case file to Justice Unyako, asserting that she remains the most appropriate judge to handle the matter. The decision makes the latest twist in Kanu's long-running legal battle, which has captured national and international attention since it began in 2015. Kanu is currently facing charges related to terrorism and secessionist activities due to his involvement with IPOB, a group seeking an independent state for the Igbo people of southeastern Nigeria. Justice Ito's refusal to remove Justice Unyako from the case comes in response to concerns raised by Kanu and his legal team, particularly Barrister Aloy Ejimako, Kanu's special counsel. They had argued that Justice Unyako should be disqualified from presiding over the case due to perceived bias and an alleged disregard for prior rulings from higher courts, including the Supreme Court of Nigeria. This request followed an oral application for recusal made by Kanu and Ejimako during a previous hearing. In his ruling, Justice Itoole emphasized that the decision to reassign Kanu's case to Justice Unyako was made in light of the case's prolonged history. Justice Unyako has presided over the trial for the majority of the proceedings, and the reassignment was intended to ensure continuity and expedite the resolution of the case. Itoole underscored that two other judges had previously been recused from handling the trial, further justifying his decision to return the case file to Justice Unyako. Nevertheless, the Chief Judge made it clear that should Kanu continue to demand the recusal of Justice Unyako at the next hearing, he would be required to submit a formal written motion accompanied by sworn affidavit. The affidavit would need to clearly outline the specific reasons for requesting Unyako's disqualification from the case. Reacting to the decision, Barrister Aloy Ejimako confirmed the ruling to Sarah reporters on Friday, stating, "Yes, it is true. We are awaiting a hearing notice to that effect from the Federal High Court, while Ejimakors refrained from providing further details. It is anticipated that Kanu's legal team will file the necessary documentation if they chose to persist with their demand for Nyako's recusal. Justice Nyako had previously stepped down from the case in response to the oral application submitted by Kanu and his legal team. The IPOB leader had cited a loss of confidence in her ability to impartially adjudicate the matter, arguing that she had disregarded Supreme Court rulings that should have been taken into consideration during earlier phases of the trial. Kanu's distrust in the judiciary has been a recurring theme throughout the course of his trial, with IPOB supporters often decrying the perceived injustice in the handling of the case. The tension between Kanu's legal team and the judiciary reached a critical point when Kanu accused Justice Nyako of ignoring an October 2022 ruling by the Supreme Court, which had discharged and acquitted him of certain charges. Despite this, Kanu remained in detention, a situation his lawyers claim violates his right under Nigerian law. This decision to return the case to Justice Nyako signals that the judiciary is determined to push forward with Kanu's trial, which has been repeatedly delayed due to legal challenges, health concerns, and the political sensitivities surrounding the issue of Biafran secession. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news, and now before I go, I must really say we are no longer safe in this country, because Kanu has a moral right, a constitutional right to say he is not in support of the judge that is presiding over his case. Now,